He has a massive collection of books about serial killers. What's that about? He's off the radio. I don't really know him. Actually, I'm glad you're here. I really, really want to do a reading for you right now. You know, to help. Great. Let me just draw 3 cards for you. This is just a general reading. You don't need a question. Okay. Oh, the 2 of Cups. That's mysterious. Is there anyone you feel a spark of attraction to? Maybe someone you've met recently? The Lovers. I did not expect that. It seems this attraction has the potential to be life-changing, if you want it to be. And finally, the Knight of Cups. This card is about pursuing your heart's desire. I think it's time to tell that someone special how you really feel. Wow, what an interesting reading. Does it mean anything to you? You catch on quickly, don't you, Sam?
And ate it in her bedroom like she was 13 again. Well, it was too hard. The gnawing emptiness of the house was bad enough without a stomach. All this proved Penn still needed. The first appointment at the clinic cost most of Mother's jewelry. Then there was the best. Few items of clothing.
It's going to be soon. Whatever happens to Alice, it will be soon.
How do you know it's going to be soon?
I can sense it. Are you not picking anything up, Lex? There's a traveler nearby.
No. How do you know?
Mescaline mainly, but I don't recommend you try it. Do you really want to hear this?
Yeah.
At uni, I read a book by Aldous Huxley called The Doors of Perception. He takes mescaline and basically trips his balls off. And the party girl I used to be thought, yay. My experience wasn't anything like his, though. People looked like tiny rainbow outlines, and I would notice that some of them would just appear from nowhere. Those ones, the ones from nowhere, I think they're the travelers. They kind of merge into one person, and suddenly there's only one outline. That's what I see. But you, no drugs for you, young lady. Tea and nothing else, all right?
Saying, what a joke you are.
So, aliens, Violet. What are we thinking, Lex?
Violet and aliens?
Hasn't Bron told you? Violet said she was abducted by aliens. But not your usual stick me on a slab, call me grey type aliens. Aliens that decorate.
Decorating aliens? A traveller?
Exactly. I think it was using Violet for room planning. Apparently it wants a set of heads on the wall. Red heads, to be more specific.
If it's a traveller, why is it strangling people?
Well, it's a right, obviously. But the alien Violet's talking about probably isn't the same traveller. Perhaps this is something new we haven't discovered yet. Using humans as decor.
Ray, why do you pray for them?
Well, because right now, I can't think of anything else that would help.
Maybe try and get answers from the tarot?
The only tarot with real answers is Mercury. And Mercury asks the questions. So other than staring at it for the rest of the night, I'm out of ideas.
Mother was there. Giving up, are we? She said, as Penn reached for a slice of bread. I were you, if Penn even thought about opening the fridge. Then,
Hi,
by lunchtime, she'd cut a small square of cheese because
Sam, I've got some heavy rain news. Lawrence Petrovsky, that's his real name, and no, he's not a Russian spy. But he does have a criminal record. He was charged with the murder of a 21-year-old artist. Looks like he got off on a technicality by all accounts. About 3 months ago in Hong Kong. Be careful, Sam. If you're going to ask him about this, it could be a flight risk. And you know, there's a good chance he could be the killer. Door's behind you.
that cost Penn her books and a few items of clothing. Even so, bigger ones cost more.
Tell me about Hong Kong.
If you know about Hong Kong, then I don't have to tell you anything. It's all in that report that you've clearly read.
What does the name...
Well done, Chief. You've discovered Rain is my stage name. Please try and save Ellis. She's the one in danger, and we've already had one dead body on your watch.
Piercing the chair's upholstery, pierced. Anymore. She just had to do as
It's a lovely place. It has the third most high-rise buildings of any city in the world. So that's what this is about. Chief Dupont has finally dug up my old record. I am Lawrence Petrovsky. Victoria Cheng, a very good painter. I didn't kill her, though. I was trying to save her. Hong Kong. It was our third encounter with a traveller. We'd managed to trap her on the roof of an apartment complex. Roughly translated, the building was called Flight, which was ironic. When the traveller realised we had it cornered, it tried to jump off. I managed to grab Victoria's ankle, but I couldn't hold on. Hong Kong being Hong Kong, there was about 37 tourists that filmed the whole thing. So to some people, it looked like I was dangling her over the edge of a building to meet her doom. I wasn't. I was trying to save her. Honestly, you don't. Once they're caught, a few hours later, they've hopped timelines into someone else. We just keep chasing them, continuously trying to stop them ruining lives. Yes, but it kills the vessel too. So, you could have a traveller inside you right now, and if I killed you, you'd both be dead. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't if I were you, if Penn even thought about opening the fridge.
Sorry, Sam, what can I do for you? Yeah, I always cry around this time of night. What's the point, Sam, huh? If we can't save them. Mercury is a curse. It's like some tourist guide for murders. I try for Lexi and Rain to make them think that we can make a difference, make a change, but we haven't so far. What if we can't make a change? If we could just save one person, Sam. Alice. We need to save her. We need to. Yes, she's definitely got a monkey on her back. I saw her get changed. She's got all these scars on her back in the shape of a monkey. Like they've been burned into her. What the hell happened to her, Sam? Yes, I managed to sneak a look at her laptop. She's been Googling Ellis Munro. Thanks for trying to cheer me up. We chased her up onto a rooftop, and she jumped. Rain almost saved her, but he couldn't hold on. Chief DuPont dragged that up, I suppose. Now what's that supposed to mean? Of course he was trying to save her. It rings a bell, but... no. Sorry, Sam.
Pulled herself together. After a couple of weeks, Penn's...
Oh my god, who told you about Victoria? She died. Jumped off a building. We tried to save her. Well, Rain tried to save her. Sam, we need to save Ellis. Victoria's already gone. A who, what, betroths what? I don't think so.
Ever been. Thinner and harder. There were no more soft little rolls of fat to make her tender.
Oh, it's you. I was hoping it might be Zach. No. And I've got some very important news for him if he ever shows up. Yes. If he ever shows up. Yes. Should I be surprised you've seen it? Years ago, tattoos and piercings were frowned upon, but they're all in vogue now. Maybe branding scars will be in fashion too.
She could do it again. Except before was different. She said, as Penn reached.
Zach, the game is up. I think you should leave town.
What?
I know where you were last night. I followed you to Dorota's house. Well, I didn't know it was Dorota's house until we arrived. Call it women's intuition.
I was at the studio.
No, you weren't. That detective's not stupid. DuPont might be, but not Sam. They'll put two and two together.
And then what?
And then they're going to arrest you. You weren't there long, I suppose, but then I guess it doesn't take you long, does it?
You were spying on me.
I saw you leave her house, and then I went in. She was naked, lying radiant on the bed. What did I find in her closet? A wedding dress. Who was that for, Zach? Who was that for? I'm done covering for you. We're finished. You need to leave. Now.
The cage. She didn't need one. Perched on the back of Mother's arm, watching her with talonous disappointment. The sight of the bird's claws pierced Penn's.
Did you get a call from my doctor?
Your doctor did call.
Did you tell her I was being compliant?
I said you were taking the pills.
Thank you, Claude. I won't forget that.
You said you saw other heads when you were...
Yes. Other girls, younger than me. Nobody I recognized. They all had red hair.
Do you think this place is nearby?
Yes, they all had red hair. They were all very pretty. And they were all alive. In that moment.
War. In 2 months than she'd ever been. There were no more soft little rolls of...
I haven't asked you about Zach.
Until a few hours ago, I never heard of the guy. Creepy as fudge, if you ask me.
Thanks, Lexi.
Anything for you, Chief?
Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Penn's...
Chief DuPont. Grave news indeed.
Will Ellis be...
No. She wants me to keep broadcasting, which means I'll be booth-bound for most of the night. She'd be safer at home, with someone protecting her.
Can't I get someone else to handle the radio?
And murder Poe and Monroe? No, Chief DuPont. Ellis couldn't take that. Not tonight. We did think of asking you to do a guest evening at some point, though, if you're interested.
No, I don't want to dilute my brand.
Then I will pencil you in, Chief. It will be an honor and a privilege. Sorry, I must go back to the broadcast. The radio, she calls me like a siren, and she must be obeyed.
If Penn even thought about opening the fridge. Then it had been easy to stay thin. Now, by lunchtime, she'd cut a small square of cheese because she was weak.
I couldn't do this without him. He looks out for me. He's my best friend. What do you know, Sam? He does? That's so sweet of him. But I could never do that. I'm not ready to settle down, Sam. And Poe has a wife and family, and I don't want anyone to get hurt. It's not what it sounds like. Dorota lost her scholarship. She said it was an administrative error. She showed me the letter and everything. No, I didn't. I told you he'd asked to take pictures of me. You never asked if we were selling a pendant together. The money was for her, Sam, so she could have her dream of being a cellist. I wanted her to have her dream. It doesn't matter now. No, not exactly. I told him I was in trouble with credit cards, and he offered to bail me out. I asked if I could have one of his artifacts, and of course he gave it to me. It's off. I said I'd pose for some photos, but that's it. I used to be a burlesque dancer, so I don't mind showing my body, but Zach's not getting a private show. Not now.
Little fat roll shrank away, like an attic mouse she'd foolishly dreamed of keeping. It was a sharper eyesight, perhaps, when Penn stole breadcrumbs. Gave him resist a crumb, it sang. Joke you are. In 2 months, Penn grew thinner than she'd ever been. And harder. There were no more soft... that.
You're listening to Radio August with Poe and Monroe.
Mother, read by Brandy Clark. The roll of fat that bulged over the waist of her jeans secretly pleased.
Violet, I'm actually a bit tied up at the moment. Well, in danger, actually.
But she could not with how it mocked her.
I followed you.
Are you insane? Why did you follow me, you stupid bitch?
You killed Dorota.
No. I did not kill Dorota. But thank you for spreading that rumor.
That before was different. Mother was there. Giving up, are we? She said, as failed, like she failed everything else. By lunchtime, she'd cut a small square of cheese. She was weak. By late afternoon, she'd taken one of Mother's favorite lemon biscuits and ate it in her bedroom like she was 13 again, sucking on stolen salt. The gnawing emptiness of the house was bad enough without the gnawing in her stomach. Still,
Don't get excited, detective. I did a criminology course. They make you buy the books. Why would she say that? That would put us both at the crime scene. Dorota was fine when I left her. She asked me to come over and watch her get her freak on, which I did, being the gentleman that I am. I misread the signal somewhat, as I thought I was supposed to join in, which was not the case. I think she threw a teddy bear at me or something. Ugh. After that I left. I had no idea Violet was spying on me.
this disapproval.
You're the detective. Monroe just called. This is madness. Who would want to hurt her? We've worked together for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the diamond to my lump of coal. She told me to say all those things. Heavens no. I have a wife and 3 children, beloved spawn of my loins. Monroe and I are good friends, that's all. Only a madman. Or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe, that was her idea. Only a madman. Or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe, that was her idea. Our show. We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, detective. That's what the Free Radio Project is all about. Uniting August via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere people might want to listen. Doctor surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house. I believe she charmed the local electrical store into donating them, in exchange for free advertising, of course. Dennis Piper, or Victor, as he's now known, an over-affectionate fan, that read one too many Lovecraft novels, tried to sacrifice Alice, would you believe? Lucky I was here to save her. I've no idea what you're talking about, Sam. The thought that I could engineer a whole sordid scenario just so I could swoop in at the last minute and be Elle's knight in shining armor. Chilling. I didn't expect news to travel this fast. You can't tell anyone else. I've not told my wife yet. I think she should at least hear it from me. I will leave my wife either way. I do hate people that jump ship only when another ship pulls up alongside them. If I drown, that's only right and fair. Alice won't die, though, will she, Sam? You're going to make sure of that. On that note, I should probably get back to the booth. The show must go on.
Pen didn't bother with the cage. She didn't need armchair, watching her with Talonist disapproval. The sight of the bird's claws, her mother's claws, piercing had to do as she was told, like the good girl she always was. Look at the baby, the parrot squawked.
John, I'm gonna be fine.
How long have we...
On the radio? I started at Radio August about 2 years ago. Why?
No, I mean, romantically. Do you want me to leave?
You kissed me on the first day. Don't you remember? I was putting on my makeup and you came up behind me. I saw how you were watching me in the mirror. It made me feel alive.
Why didn't you tell me about...
What didn't I tell you about Dorota?
that you were sleeping with her?
Can't we talk about this another time? It's just that it's late, and I'm about to get murdered. I thought you'd come to put your arms around me and tell me everything was going to be all right.
We need to talk about...
Stay at the radio, Poe. Sam's taking care of me now. I'm gonna be saved. Didn't you know? I love you.
I love you. I'm staying. I love you. I'm staying.
Of course you are. You're in here. And you always will be, but the show must go on. We've got listeners to think about too.
Herself. She'd done it before. She could do it again. Before. Giving up, are we? She said, as Penn...
I'm sorry, can I help you?
I...
It's not a very good time at the moment, I'm afraid.
Really? Anything I can help?
No, not really.
failed everything else. By lunch, she cut a small square of cheese because she... By late afternoon, one of Mother's favorite lemon biscuits and ate it in her bedroom like she was 13 again, sucking on stolen sauce packets from the school canteen. It wasn't her fault. It was too hard. The gnawing emptiness of the house proved one thing. Penn still needed her mother. The first of...
Yes, I'm surprised she told you about that. How did that come up? Why would Zach Weston know that? Maybe she was selling it to him. Alice is a bit of a spendthrift, unfortunately. Likes to live life on the edge of her credit card limit. It's actually not the first time I've bailed her out. Several, actually. Student loan, council tax, income tax, Monte Carlo. We've become a bit intertwined financially, it would seem. We interviewed her about her scholarship not too long ago. Do you think whoever killed Dorota plans to kill Monroe? What makes you think she's in danger? Tarot. Does this have anything to do with the gentleman who stopped by? On air. Much of our broadcast is pre-recorded, but we always do the hourly news live. You know, this town is fascinating. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Have you ever read up on the real history of August? Then I won't bore you with it. Although you're missing out on a superbly bloodthirsty tale. It's now
It's just a crumb, it's saying. What a joke you are. In 2 months, there were no more soft little rolls of fat to make her tender.
Rain, what an unexpected pleasure. Maybe you could help me with something.
Sure.
When you were here yesterday, you don't recall seeing a small green velvet pouch anywhere, do you?
No.
I need to keep looking anyway. Perhaps you can come back another time.
That bulged over the waist secretly pleased her. Her own little fat. Look how big she'd grown. Wasn't she looking well?
Why do you think the killer's chosen Ellen?
Because she sees her as a threat. Or he.
In fact, you can't be trusted.
It's getting closer, isn't it?
What's getting closer? Do you think this...
I doubt it. As far as I know, they're live on air a lot of the time, and not sure he could have nipped out, murdered Dorota, and made it back for the news at 10.
So it could be him then?
It could be anyone. It could be you, Ray.
What's getting close?
The event. Whatever's going to happen to Ellis. I can feel it.
Without Mother, Penn failed.
Hey.
How's the Ouija?
Full of annoying voices that aren't helping me. I've only just got back from the photographer's place, so I haven't had a chance to go at it yet.
Say anything about...
I didn't ask it about you. Do you think I should?
No.
Alrighty, stay there and I'll think of a question. Okay, let's see. Oh dear. I asked it if you were still the same Rain I knew and loved.
Clinic cost most of Mother's jewelry. Then there was the vessel to pay for. So, a human vessel was out of the bigger ones cost more, but only one kind would do. The African.
I suppose it did look a bit like that on the video. He managed to grab her ankle as she went over, but he just didn't have the strength to hold her. Still, he kept pretty quiet about that, didn't he? How did they even get in that position, Sal? That's the question you should be asking. Sure, he tried to save her, but did he? Yeah, Dr. Tanner. She's checking up on Violet. Why are you still giving her a hard time about this? She's had it tough enough already. She wanted to check Violet was taking her pills. Apparently Violet told her to call me to confirm. She's dealing with a lot of things. Just So go easy. The doctor said the aliens are delusions, a side effect of her previous alcoholism. She's been sober 6 months, and I don't want to change that, Sam. The neuropathy she suffered due to alcohol is causing her problems. The pills are to try to help with that, but guess they have side effects too. Memory loss. She's not a monster, just a little girl lost. She was drinking to forget. She ran with a bad crowd a few years ago. They branded their backs with symbols, basically a cult. The leaders were imprisoned, but they left a lot of baggage behind. You won't get any mileage talking to her about it, I assure you. Rain's still a suspect. No corroborated alibi. Bromman Castle has one, Lexi Taylor doesn't. I got my search back on Rain, or Petrovsky, as we should call him. He's got priors that you're looking into. Rain met Ellis when he was touting for work. He gets around quickly. Zach seems to be a fan of serial killers. At least, you've told me he has an extensive book collection on them. Ellis knows Violet because of the Free Radio project. Violet's been doing some web searches on Ellis. You think that's a jealous streak. I think it's a sign of the times. You've still not accepted my friend request, have you? Violet's just admitted being at the crime scene last night with Zach. It's not looking good for Zach now. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. I think you've narrowed it down to Zach, Rain, and Lexi. That's just my professional opinion, mind you. Feel free to ignore the person who hired you. That's it.
Starved herself. She'd done it before. She could do it again. Except before was different. Before said, as Penn.
Don't judge me, Claude. I'm using everything that's available to me to help me cope. Once you've got your killer, everything will go back to normal.
Anything else. By lunchtime, because she was weak. By late afternoon, she'd taken one of Mother's favorite lemon biscuits and ate it in her bedroom, like again, sucking on stolen sauce packets from the school canteen. It wasn't her fault. The gnawing emptiness of the house was bad enough without the gnawing in her stomach. Still, her mother. The first appointment at the clinic cost most.
It's now. August's gone crazy tonight. I've just got off the phone with someone who thinks they saw a UFO on one of the nights that Violet went missing. Aliens will be normal right now. Anyway, now you're here, it's time. What do you suggest we do with Ellis Monroe? Monroe's a local treasure around here, Sam. Don't let anything happen to her.
Sam, I'm not sure. Do you think you can stop someone from trying to kill me? That's all I needed to hear. Thanks for staying with me, Sam. I know it's dangerous. I don't know why you're here, but I'm glad you are. It's almost 10 o'clock, Sam. When's it gonna be over? You said Bromman will call when it's safe. Should we call them now, or are we just supposed to wait? I know you're just being good, but that's kind of easy for you to say right now. I think I'm probably gonna have a heart attack before anyone gets a chance to kill me. That's the door. That's the door, Sam. What are we gonna do?
Where's Ellis? Sam, where the hell is Ellis?
I'm here. I was just hiding. Sorry.
Ellis, thank God. I've been outside all the time, okay? Bronwyn Castle just called. She said the danger is over. They've done a new reading. There's another victim now. Look, Danny's outside. He's going to take you somewhere safe, okay? Sam, I think you should find out who the next victim's going to be. Then come and see me in my office.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm Poe, and this is your August update. Police investigating the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw say they are getting closer to apprehending the killer. The death of Miss Shaw, who was found strangled at her home late last night, has sparked a massive police operation and caused alarm amongst August residents. Monroe has some personal business to attend to, but she sends you all her love and hopes to be back on the air tomorrow. And Monroe, if you can hear me, I'm sending my love out to you too. That's 11 o'clock with Poe.